I like to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double on to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So I'm gonna play this real short video of Jesse Lee Peterson being asked questions about growing up on a plantation. So let's get it real quick. You grew up on a plantation. You grew up in Alabama, and all the things that you thought when you was a child, did you forget about all of those things? Yes. You grew up on a plantation. You grew up in Alabama, and all the things that you thought when you was a child, did you forget about all of those things? Yes. So Jesse Lee Peterson, man, he's not of the Most High. I'm gonna tell you that off the rip. He's not of the Most High. To forget history that the so-called blacks have been through, Hispanics and Native Americans, but the subject matter is so-called blacks. To sit up there and have grown up on a plantation and then say, I have forgotten those things, you're not of the Most High. That's not what the Most High is about. If the Most High was to forget all our sins, we wouldn't even be in the situation we in now. We wouldn't be under our enemies. We wouldn't have to work as hard as we do to what they call graduate high school and college and get a college degree and find yourself in $100,000-$200,000 debt, to get a job that doesn't pay you for the profession you went into college for. You wouldn't have to go through all of these things. The so-called black man wouldn't have to walk inside of these stores that have people of other races over them or controlling them, and you wouldn't have to go to a job and sign an application and and practically beg for a job, because that's what you're doing when you're sitting there in an interview face to face with this so-called white person or somebody who they put in a manager's position for you to talk to in order to get that job. This is the situation that we as so-called black people have been put through for our iniquities against Yahweh Shemel Shah. So do the Lord want us to remember these things? Of course, when you go into the book of Deuteronomy 32, right, and 7, what did he say? This is Deuteronomy 32 and 7. It says, remember the days of old. So the scripture says, remember the days of old. These devils want you to remember 9/11. They want you to remember, what is that day called? The Patriots. They want you to remember the Patriots. They want you to remember all of these other days that have nothing to do with the Most High. But here Jesse Lee Peterson, who grew up on a plantation, saying that I don't remember those things. Hey, the Lord said, remember the days of old. So it's our job to remember things that have happened unto us and unto our ancestors, because the Lord told us to remember these things. But here you got this man saying, cast out everything, throw it all away. We don't need to remember it. Why do we need to remember it? We need to move on. Well, let's get to a couple of these comment boards, right? Comments on the comment board. So the first one said, not letting his past hold him down. That's a real strong man. No, a man, according to the Bible, is the keeping of the law, statutes, commandments. Not letting his past hold him down is the type of man who wants to forgive for every damn thing. You want to forgive for everything. You want to forgive. See, and I always say this. A man that sit here and say, I don't remember my past, is a man that never had his damn back whipped. And I'm not saying I have gotten my back whipped, but I'm going to remember what, the Most High told me to remember. And I'm going to remember what my ancestors went through. Because in order for you to become what he would deem as a strong man, you will have to remember what your ancestors been through. So this would carry on through life and build what he would deem as strong men, right? Because the world will say your past is what makes you. But in order to have a past, you have to remember it. Wouldn't that what makes you a so-called strong man? He wouldn't get in the position he got if he doesn't remember his past and the things he had to go through, right? Whether if he had to go to high school, college, in order to be in the position he's in today. He will have to remember all those things that he did in order to be in a position today. He will have to remember his profession that he does on a day-to-day basis. He will have to remember that in order to keep doing what he's doing the next day and the next day and the next day after. So we have to remember our past, because our past is what gives us the experience to do what we're doing today. You get into a relationship, your past relationship is what's going to prevent you from getting into another disaster. So our past, it's a reason why you have to remember your past. It's a reason why you have to remember it. Because your past is what builds you. What gives you that growth, right? So you got to have a past. You got to remember that past. Though our backs weren't whipped as of, right now, as of today, our ancestors did. But by us remembering what our ancestors have done is what got us in the position that we are in today through the will and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah ultimately. Right? So the scriptures tell you, Deuteronomy 32:7, remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee. So let's go into a couple more of these comments, right? One guy said he just looked onwards and went upwards. A real man right here. No victim card. No chip on his shoulder, a real true inspiration. Now, a lot of these cats that's saying what they saying are so-called white people. They're so-called white people on the comment board saying this is a black man that said, forget about what happened to your ancestors. You need to worry about what's now. These are so-called white people saying this, right? I'm not going to listen to a devil tell me to forget my past. That devil ain't forgetting his past. That devil ain't forgetting all the wickedness that they did in order to get America. They ain't forgetting about that. They not trying to forget about their presidents that they teach in high school. They not trying to forget about the 9/11, the bombing that happened, because they wanted a holiday for that all the time. Not all the time, but on 9/11 and shit like that, right? Remember 9/11. Remember 9/11. That's all they want to say. These devils don't worry about remembering their past, but the minute it's about your past and all the things, because you got to understand, our past is their past, and their past is of them rape, robbing, murder, hanging, burning, castrating, dismemberment, eating, cannibalism, actually, right? Raping. This is their history. This is their history towards a people that live in America today. This is their history. So one of the things that these devils are going to tell you, as we are reading on the comment board, is, oh, just move forward and move past it. They can say that because it wasn't them. And it ain't happening to them today. You had a so-called black man in Mississippi not that long ago get fucking lynched. Get lynched. He was lynched, and the last things that his mother heard from him is that there's 4 white men following me. So you're not about to tell me to forget about our past. When you got Jake still being lynched, you still got Jake, like they found that little boy, I forget his name, Derek or something. They found this man with his organs missing, going to this so-called white school. So you're not about to tell me to forget my past when these devils ain't gonna forget theirs. They not gonna do away with their history. Their history is still written in the history books. They not gonna do away with their shit. So why would we have to do away with our history? Nah, man, y'all bugged out. Y'all bugged out. The scriptures tell you, remember the days of old. So we're gonna remember the days of old. Just like when we go into these scriptures and we go into the history behind what our fathers and our forefathers have done in the history of this Bible, because ultimately we are the true Shemitic people, man. Right? This guy said, look, white boy. That's a white boy. That's a white boy like a mother. White boy. Like, what the hell you got to say about our people? He said that's what success look like. Not letting your past define you. But your past do define you. A lot of times people uses their past to say these are the things that I went to and this is where I'm at now. But my past is what made me a strong man. A lot of people say that in their interviews. My past is what made me a strong man. I had to grow up like this. I had to grow up like that. I had to do this. I had to do that. And then I became what I am now because my past is what made me into a strong man. People say this shit all the time, but turn around and they say shit like this on the comment board. That's what success look like. Not letting your past define you and taking your own approach in life instead of repeating family trauma. What the fuck is family trauma to us as so-called black people? Our family trauma was these so-called white people putting us down, calling us the N-word, right? Hanging our people, beating our people, raping our people, eating our people, and getting us the lowest in the bucket, man. And then what they're doing now is they're making it okay for our people to get rich by playing basketball, football, baseball, soccer, hockey, bunch of damn entertainment. Where's the education at, man? Where's our people being educational? No, but you got Lil Wayne, Birdman, Jay-Z, all of these Waka Flocka. You got all these niggas, right, on our, on the damn BT or whatever the hell they have now in these days, rapping about shooting niggas, killing each other, or effing somebody else's woman. How is they helping our people educationally? China, the only thing they TikTok shows is educational videos, but you go to TikTok, you see a bunch of black women shaking their damn ass. That's not educational. But only these so-called white people just can say what they saying, because they didn't experience what our people have to experience still to this very day. Had to be charged more than other races, no matter if it's an apartment, no matter if it's a house, if it's a car. Had to be treated, walk in the store, they think, all eyes are looking at you as if you about to steal, knowing that you probably got more money than half the motherfuckers in that damn store. Get the hell out of here talking about. Let me end it from there. I'm going to say Barak Te Yahweh, Barak Te Yahushua, Barak Te Yahweh, Barak Te Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakak Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Shalom.